Fingerskate Selective. Fingerskate Selective. Fingerskate Selective.
What up, homies? It's FingerSkateSelective here, back at you today with an all-new review. Today we're going to be checking out the Tech Deck Tony Hawk big ramps. First things first, I've got 3 of the big ramps. Now, they're the only 3 that I've seen available so far, so if I'm missing one or another one is released after this review, I'm going to go ahead and post a part 2 of the review. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the 3 that I've got. I've got the standard quarter pipe, I've got the quarter bank combo, and I've got the all-new Hubba Stair Bank combo. So before we check out the ramps, let's go ahead and check out the packaging. But real quick here, if you haven't noticed, I've only got 2 of the boxes. Now, I must have thrown away the quarter pipe box, but don't worry, because it's almost exactly the same as the quarter bank combo box. So let's go ahead and start with that one. So as you can see, it's pretty basic. There's no cutouts or anything, just a solid box with pictures. On the front, you can see a picture of the quarter bank combo ramp, and it shows you a picture of the tech deck that is included with the ramp. On the side of the box, you can see the quarter bank combo and the quarter pipe. Then it shows you what the 2 of the ramps look like when you put them together.
Pretty nifty.
On the back, it shows you both of the ramps again and what they look like in a different configuration, which is back to back. And on the other side, just a basic picture of the quarter bank combo again. Now, like I said, I don't have the box for the standard quarter pipe, but I believe it's exactly the same as this one, except on the front here, it's got the quarter pipe and it's got a different looking tech deck, which I'll show you in just a few minutes. But I believe everything else is exactly the same, so we won't worry about that one. But now let's go ahead and check out the Hubba Stair Bank ramp box. Alright, on the front you see the Hubba Stair Bank ramp, pretty cool. Also, you can see the graphic of the tech deck that is included, and something different from the other 2 ramps, this tech deck comes with 2 types of grip, regular skate grip and the all new sticky trick tape grippy options. And on this side of the box, immediately I noticed that I am missing a ramp, so be on the lookout for part 2 of this review as soon as I can get the 4th one. But as you can see, it shows the 4 available big ramps, the quarter bank, the quarter pipe, the Hubba Stair Bank, and a double bank with a rail. I guess I didn't notice that before, but like I said, I will get it and I will post a part 2, so be on the lookout for that. On the back, it shows what this ramp and the quarter bank ramp would look like when you set them up back to back. And on the other side, it shows how the sticky trick tape works, in case you don't know. And something I forgot to show you on the last box, the bottom. It just shows the techdeck.com website, which is the same on all the boxes, so we didn't miss out. And I will put a link to the Tech Deck website below, so make sure you check that out after you watch this review. Alright, enough of the packaging. Each big ramp comes with a tech deck and a little pack of gray connectors. They're universal, so they'll work with any tech deck ramp, which has connector ports, so that's pretty cool. The standard quarter pipe comes with this graphic, the quarter bank combo ramp comes with this graphic, and the Hubba Stair Bank ramp comes with this graphic and a piece of sticky trick tape.
Gnarly.
Alright, so the first ramp we're going to look at is the standard quarter pipe. First off, let's talk about the basic dimensions. It's 8 1/4 inches wide, it's 4 1/8 inches tall, and it's 8 1/8 inches front to back. So for a single tech deck ramp, it is pretty big. It's actually big enough to fingerboard on, and you'll have plenty of room to do so, so that's cool. One of the first things I noticed about this quarter is that the transition is nice and mellow. It's actually very fingerboardable. It's not all crazy tight and straight to vert. Not what you would normally expect from a tech deck ramp, so they're definitely stepping their game up. Some of the features include the obvious graffiti graphics on the front, the Tony Hawk signature. Up on the deck here, there is an indented tech deck logo. On the bottom, you've got 4 built-in non-sliders, which keep it from moving around while you're fingerboarding. The coping is made of plastic, but it's a nice realistic height for grinding, but it makes the ramp just that much more fun. Also, the surface of the transition has staggered lines to simulate sections of wood like a real ramp would have. Also, if you have other tech deck ramps, you can attach this quarter right to your existing park using any of the connector ports. You can see they're all along the back and along the sides. You've got endless options when it comes to connecting these ramps together, so it makes it very cool. If you get bored with one setup, you can always switch them around. So this quarter pipe here is a basic ramp, but with its good amount of size and the smooth transition, it's definitely a ramp worth picking up. I give it a straight up 10 for fingerboardability. You're not going to have any problems fingerboarding this ramp. Now let's check out the quarter bank combo. Basic dimensions. It's 8 1/4 inches wide, just like the quarter pipe. Also, the height of the quarter side and front to back is the exact same as the quarter pipe. pipe. So they match up perfectly side to side or back to back. But this ramp does have the bank section, and the width of the bank 3 1/4 inches wide, and it's only 2 1/2 inches tall, which leaves the quarter side right at 5 inches wide. It's 4 1/8 inches tall. So just like the standard quarter pipe, the quarter part of this ramp has the super smooth transition. It's got the cool coping for grinding, and it has the staggered lines. The bank side of this ramp, however, has no staggered lines whatsoever. It's 100% smooth. The angle of the bank is super mellow, very nice. It's not too steep, very easy to do tricks on. As you can see, this ramp also has the graffiti graphics and the Birdman John Hancock. What? You've got the same connectability with the connector ports all along the back and on both of the sides. Up on the deck, you've got the same Tech Deck indented logo. This ramp has the same 4 rubber non-sliders, which keep it planted while you're doing tricks. If you like quarter pipes, but you want something just a little bit extra, this is a good ramp for you, because just doing tricks from the quarter to the bank are super fun. This ramp is also pretty basic, but that doesn't mean it isn't fun. It's got a very good size, smooth transition. The bank is fun, a very nice angle. I give it a fingerboardability score of straight up 10. Perfectly fingerboardable. You'll have no problems with it. On its own or with other ramps, very good to go. That leads us to my third big ramp, the Hubba Stair Bank combo. Let's check it out. Alright, so here we got the Hubba Stair Bank. That's just what I call it, because you got the Hubba ledge, the stairs, and the bank ramp, in case you were wondering. So the overall width is exactly the same as all the big ramps, which is 8 1/4 inches wide. The height of the bank and the stairs over here is 2 1/2 inches tall. The Hubba, on the other hand, is 4 1/8 inches tall, which is the same as the quarter pipes. Now the overall length from front to back is 8 1/8 inches, and that goes for the Hubba and the bank. The stairs don't go out as far as you can see. They're only 6 3/8 inches from back here to the front of the bottom step. Now, just to give you some idea, the width of the Hubba ledge is exactly 1 inch wide. The stairs are 4 1/8 inches wide, and the bank is 3 1/8 inches wide. Okay, so first things first, this ramp is a little bit different, obviously, but it still has some of the same features. You got the graffiti graphics, the Tony Hawk signature, you've got the indented Tech Deck logo on the top, and it's got the same 4 non-sliders underneath,
which is nice.
Also, just so you know, this ramp has the staggered surface lines all over it, on the Hubba, on the stairs, on the deck, on the bank, but they do not affect performance whatsoever.
Just so you know.
Now, this is the first big ramp that we've looked at so far that really isn't good by itself. This ramp is obviously more fingerboardable when it's used back to back with another one. Not that you can't use this ramp by itself, I'm just saying you're more likely to have fun with it when it's paired with a second ramp. The reason I say this is, when it's on its own, this deck area back here is very short. So, getting a good run up to the stairs to jump down is virtually impossible because it's shorter than the length of a fingerboard, so you really have to come at it at an angle. You'd have to turn like this, which is why a ramp on the back of it makes it better. Also, the bank on this ramp is a little bit steeper because they made the deck longer at the top of this bank, so it is a little bit steeper, but it isn't too steep. It's still fingerboardable. This ramp on its own, without a second ramp, I would give a fingerboardability score of only 6.5, but once you put another ramp behind it, I would bump it up to at least an 8, depending on which ramp you use with it. So,
It is what it is.
alright, so we checked out the ramps. I gave you guys the fingerboardability scores. Now let's go ahead and check out a few of the ways that you can set these up. Nice! Alright, now I'm going to try a few tricks on these ramps for you. Make sure you check out the Tech Deck website using that link below. Like I said earlier, I will be posting a part 2 of this review once I get a hold of the 4th big ramp, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys for watching and supporting FSS. I really appreciate it. Make sure you check out all my other reviews and weird videos. It is what it is. I will see you guys sooner than later.
Frankie Finger Decks.
FSS, you know the rest. Take a good look at the stuff on my desk. Know you're impressed cause I got GoPro cams, wide angle shots. I fingerboard a lot saying yo yay. Line of the week and tray of the day. All day long I'm a K-Deck rider. Only thing that rhymes with that is apple cider. What? Anyway I'm dipping, coming down the little street and I'm flipping burials, trays, I land them all. Then I'm hanging pics on the fame wall. Send your Frankie mail, hit up the phone. Leave a funny message when you hear the tone. I'm in the zone, landed tricks clean. Big shout out to the FSS team. Hey.